Let's get it. What's going on? It's back again. Creased Podcast, episode number 51. I'm half of the Creased Podcast, Trey Treasy. I'm here with my boy Casita. What's poppin', dog?
Hey, another day, another dollar, man. Episode 51, we back in the mix. Happy to be here with everybody. Appreciate y'all always subscribing, liking, commenting on our pages, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. We appreciate all the feedback. Always love. Man, we give love wherever we can.
Yes, sir. Happy to be back again. Got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. We appreciate y'all catching up on all the stuff from episode 50. We got some new stuff to catch y'all up on at the end of the episode, so make sure y'all stay tuned to the end. Other than that, let's talk about, unfortunately, get this out the way real quick, the L meter this week. So I think we had one big grand prize this week that I definitely took fat L's on. That just huge. My L meter took a massive it went up for the P-Rods for sure.
Yeah, P-Rod's out of here. I woke up Friday and I was blessed from the sneaker gods. I just came up on everything. I got barely greens, women dunks, hard. I got one of my packages in. That was also hard. That's coming up on a later episode. And then, I said it last episode, said I'll only enter one raffle for these shoes. And sure enough, entered the raffle for the Flash Orange Yeezy Quantums, and they definitely went through. So I am an owner of the Flash Orange Yeezy Quantums. I said they were nice. I'll probably hold off on them for a little bit, probably rock them with this shirt. But in due time, aside from that, that's pretty much all the dubs I came up on.
Yeah, I'm super happy for you. I'm happy you got that. Those Yeezys that you wanted so bad. So that's super tight. I'm mad and get the P-Rods though. I put in on so many raffles and I'm hella mad and get anything on those P-Rods, but it's all good. We can get into what we do have. You want me to start it off this week?
I got mine. They're ready right here.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I am busting out an absolute classic. Shout out to Kip brand. You know what I'm saying? Asics, July 5s, opening day. These are to commemorate the opening day of I think Kip Miami, if I'm not mistaken. All black leather upper. It's like kind of like a sail outsole. Cool thing about this shoe, I wore these to Oregon, and I hiked the Crater Lake in these. I wish I had pictures, but yeah, no, these were my hiking shoes. These were super durable. The leather on here are so icy. I actually bought these resale off of J.W. Dankless, one of the most premier customizers in the game. He's based out of San Antonio. He had these up for sale, so I definitely copped them when I could, and they are still in pretty great condition. So this is my kick of the day. Kiss Asics July 5 opening ceremony.
Love it. Yeah, great shoe. I love people hate on the July 3 for having the split tongue, but I love the split tongue, but I also love the contrast of July 5 having that full tongue that you're able to tie over it too. It's just another great iteration of that July whole line. But that shoe in particular is dumb hard for sure, and right up there with New Balance as far as comfort overall. So
yeah, the ride on it is crazy. It's really good.
You hiked a mountain in it, so yeah, I'm gonna take your word for that one. My shoe of the week. I've been wanting to kind of get these off just because they had a cool story overall. This week I have a Darren Williams 2011 PE Hyper PE. Yeah, D Will. It literally on the tongue you get the D Will logo here. I found these. I was looking for some hooping shoes at the Nike outlet. Probably these came out in 2011. So he was playing for the New Jersey Nets at the time. That's where the colorway is inspired from. When I first got him, people were telling me they thought it was like from when he was playing with the Olympics, but that was 2008. He was still with Utah, if I'm not mistaken. So I do think this is more of a New Jersey Nets colorway from when he was with that team. But it's got cool little imprint all on the inner lining here. It's got all kinds of words, unstoppable, all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, I mean, everybody's seen a hyperdunk before. It's a pretty basic basketball model overall, but I think it's pretty cool. You know, PE. Darren, you don't see Darren Williams PEs too often, I guess. So
Yeah, man.
I
And
figured I'd put
D
some.
Will was that dude, man. D Will was that dude. So,
Yeah, definitely had a stint where he was definitely up there.
yeah.
People were putting him, Chris Paul in the same category at one time. So
So
yeah, man, shout out.
what model is that? You said it's a
Hyper Dunk PE, yeah, for sure.
Hyperdunk PE,
You know,
very
2000.
Kobe 6 looking ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look, yeah, no, those are dope, bro. Those are absolutely icy. And you know, PEs go a long way nowadays. You know, everybody loves PEs. You gotta hold on to them. What are y'all rocking?
My
You want to
go-to
know?
shoe when
What's that?
it might be. I was saying my go-to shoe when I go to the football team down here in Houston.
Ah,
My
yeah, okay, yeah, that one team, yeah, that one team. We want to know what team y'all rocking with. What shoes are y'all rocking? Go ahead and comment down below. Let us know in the comments what you're rocking this week. If you post it on your social media, perhaps you can use our hashtag CreasedPod, and you could be perhaps featured in our next episode. So carrying on about PEs, this brings it straight into fresh out the box.
Yep.
The playoffs, man. The playoffs are out here, and they are hot,
Yes.
and they're great. I'm I'm loving this right now. NBA basketball NBA playoff basketball is probably one of the most prized times of the year where most people are just really just glued to the TV. And you know, we're glued to the shoes that the players are wearing. Just announced was like, you know, PJ Tucker, he's coming out with his new Kobe 6 PE, the Ukraine joints, whenever he played overseas, and that Ukraine team colors are dumb fire. You know what I'm saying? He posted it on his IG, black upper, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, is it orange? Is it orange or red with detailing? And then he has that gradient outsole. But I think turns from like red to yellow. So it's stupid hard. I think those are amazing. I can't wait to see him play in those.
It's from a different planet. That shoe is. These guys are doing right by Kobe and his models, bro. By Nike allowing them to do this kind of stuff, but they're doing right by really going all out and making these things fire. So big shout out to PJ for those for sure. Those caught my eye as soon as they started hitting the web.
Definitely, dog. Yeah, man. Somebody else, you know, another Kobe prodigy, you know, Mr. Chili, Mr. Ice Tray, you know, Trae Young. You know, he debuted his Adidas Trae Young ones. Congratulations to him. You know, being a signature model recipient of a brand is that's a big deal. You know, we're coming off of a great year for Puma. So, you know, Adidas is right around the backs of that. You know, they also have Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard, of course, they have James Harden. So, you know, officially welcome to the family for Trae Young. His shoe looks very, I said it online, but it looks very Dame-like, looks very Donovan Mitchell-like. I think we were talking about this prior to the episode, but I think all those shoes kind of look the same.
They got pieces for sure. They all got little pieces that definitely they just kind of jumbled them all up and pushed a new model out for each one of them. But it is what it is, man. That's just the vibe they're going with, and that's what they want their basketball line to resemble. So it is what it is. I like that Nike has a little bit more freedom and kind of lets all these guys kind of go crazy with their models and really deck it out like they want to. Speaking of that, two guys that are going to kind of go back and use some old colorways but flip flop them. We have Kyrie and Kyrie. They're going to Kyrie and Kyrie are going to come together for Kyrie. So this is ridiculous. But yeah, they are putting their names together, and Kyrie is going to use the KD7 Weatherman theme, KD4 Weatherman theme on the Kyrie 7, whereas KD is using the Kyrie 1 Dream theme on the KD 14. They both rock these in game already. They're super fire. I think it's a cool concept. They're both releasing. They're already on the sneakers app. Right now, they're scheduled for the 5th of June, if I'm not mistaken. But pretty cool concept. I think to me, it looks like they just ran out of ideas and they're just like, or they could have just been like, this is cool. Let's just use each other's stuff. But to me, it was kind of like, I don't have no more ideas right now. Let's just go with it. But interesting concept. And I'm cool with Kyrie's decision. I'm like, okay, Weatherman up there. I think KD could have been like on some other stuff, bro. I think there's a couple other ones I would have gone with before I went with that dream colorway.
Yeah, there's some other Kyrie colorways that you go with first, aside from the Dream. Of course, the tried and true Weatherman. Everybody can recognize that a mile away. The KD4 is honestly probably his top model. Like, yeah, I honestly agree that that is his best model shoe to date on his signature line, and the Weatherman theme is one of the most recognized ones on there. So I think it's cool that Kyrie put that on his shoe, because I think the Kyrie 7 still is breathing well. Like, it's still a great shoe, even though they all look the same to me, with the exception of the two. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
aside from that, it's all like KD 14, it still needs some more help. Welcome back to strap for that, considering 10 years down the line, he brought the strap back.
True.
But yeah, I think Kyrie with the Weatherman on his 7 is better than the Dream. Yeah, better than the Dream on the KD 14.
Yeah, he knocked that one out the park. One other guy we wanted to highlight, or a couple more we want to highlight. He's out of the playoffs already. However, Mr. Draymond Green on his playing game, he had a hyper swarm PE coming out with Converse. That's who he's with right now, Converse, him and Oubre over there. But yeah, that he's got a model coming out, so that's an interesting little PE he's got coming out. Other than that, LeBron also rocked a collab with Mimi Plonge, if I'm not mistaken. If I butchered her name, I apologize. However, this one, it was an 18 low, is for higher learning. It had his brand on the back with the tiger and everything. It was fantastic shoe. Seeing him rock that kind of stuff in game is always eye catching as soon as he walks out the tunnel. So yeah, man, love seeing everything LeBron pulls out, and of course, if he's doing stuff for his school and stuff like that, that's next level, incredible legacy points every night he does that.
Anytime. Yeah, LeBron is just really this year's LeBron watch on these 18 lows have really been great. Like both of the collabs with Atmos, and there's no exception for this one as well. I think it also has like detachable Velcro patches that you can put on the side as well, which look really cool. So shout out to him. And I think one other one, I think they Giannis. Giannis came out with the Giannis has they kind of like revealed the Giannis 3. Look, honestly, I personally like them, bro. I think they're kind of hard. I think they're better than his first 2 models.
Absolutely not. No. This shoe looks bad, bro. They like squished the ball up and just went like that with it, and just from front to back. And I don't like it at all. I don't like how the middle doesn't touch the ground and all that. So they're gonna have to. I mean, that's what it's gonna be, and it was kind of his shoe. If you look at the trajectory from 1 to 2, it was already going down that path, but they went from like 2 to 5 between this one. So it's an interesting looking model. I mean, kids are eating up the Giannis line just like they ate up Curry's line. So I expect these to sell pretty well.
Exactly, at the price point that Giannis shoes are going for, considering like the KD7s, which these resemble so well. I think these resemble the KD7s almost true and true, with like a mix of PG1. PG1s were, I think, if not 110, but 130, and then the KD7s were 150 retail whenever they first dropped. So if you find somewhere in between both of those price points, and you may get a newer technology out of the shoe, I don't see what's wrong with it. I think the shoe looks good. This is Nike basketball. They are a hit or miss. Apparently they're a miss for you, but I think they're a hit down this road. We'll see what other colorways bring of that. And that's been your NBA update on on the sneaker culture for sure. Yes, sir. Splash. So next up we have Foot Locker, man. Unfortunately, there come times where you have to part ways, just like Adidas is parting ways with Reebok. Foot Locker is planning to close the remaining stores of their Foot Action locations. As we know, Foot Action has been a major pillar in the sneaker community. They are owned by Foot Locker, as well as Champs is all under that same umbrella as well. do you see Champs closing next? Do you think? I mean, like when you walk into these stores, what is the aura that you get from them? As opposed to like
Yeah,
a Foot Locker versus the Champs versus a Foot Action.
yeah. So we had a little light conversation on this, but foot action is much more, loud. I don't want to say like it was just more banging in there. You know what I'm saying? You got like just a little bit more.
Urban.
Let's say
Yeah.
I don't even know how to put it. Just harder rap music in that one. You,
Yeah.
you didn't have TV screens playing rap music videos in Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? Not in the Foot Lockers I was going to, at least in Foot Action. You got that vibe. Champs was just somewhere in between for me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, do I see Champs being next? Probably, to be honest with you, I think online sneaker shopping and resale has kind of turned the sneaker game into a terrible place to be if you're a retailer, because you are banking on these Kyries and you're banking on these Giannis's and the Jordan weekly drops that are going to sell out. Like that's all you're really banking on. It's not as fun anymore going to the store like that is, and plus there's other like we go to the Galleria right here all the time, and that's one of the biggest malls in America. And there's there's like 10 different sneaker stores now. I can't even think of the other one that's right there by the ice rink and all that, but that's the one I go to for all my raffles now. And I mean, it's just like the competition is so spread out now that of course Foot Locker, if you're putting all your fun, if you're trying to spread out your funds into 3 different stores and you're all under the same umbrella, at some point that's going to wear thin on some of your other leads. You know what I'm saying? So Foot Locker is their baby, and that's what's gonna be there at the end of the day, no matter what. But Champs is probably the next to go, and I haven't stepped foot in a Foot Action in God knows how long. So shout out to them. I'm sure I bought some fitteds from them back in the day. Shout out to
Uh,
Foot Action at First Colony. But yeah, other than that, bro, it is not going to affect my sneaker buying at all. The Foot Action is gone.
yeah, I think to consolidate the brand is a good idea. Those FLX points, it doesn't matter how thin you spread them amongst the 3 stores, they're all funneled in through the same company. So, you're not really losing too much aside from, I guess, another opportunity to buy it. But, like you said, there's so much more diversity nowadays in the sneaker culture, from like boutique stores and other stores like Finish Line and JD Sports, and then there's Shoe Palace and Chic, all of these other major retailers that are, standing almost, on the coattails of Foot Locker. Like, and some of them actually get different collabs. They get special edition shoes from these
Mm.
major companies like Jordan Brand and Nike to do single-handed releases. So it leaves Foot Actions, like Foot Actions conglomerate in the dust. Like not only do they lose at Foot Locker, but now they're also losing at Champs and Foot Action. So they're still losing now 3 times as much. So go ahead and funnel it down, make it as streamlined as possible. Hopefully, this will also clear up. When you enter a raffle on Foot Locker and it's impossible to check to see if you ever won. Hopefully, this like clears up some of that traffic on those apps, and makes it a little bit easier for you to see your potential L coming in a little bit swifter. So, um, Foot Action again, major
Yeah.
pillar in the community. Sucks to see it leave, but hopefully, Foot Locker bounces back and produces something better for the community. Um, Last but not least, speaking of community, speaking of pillars, we have the Air Jordan 1, which is an absolute pillar in today's society of sneaker culture. Just rumored has been a new Dior 1. Well, let me not just say 1, but a potential 4 colorways set to drop. This is based on the posting of Urban Necessities, 2J's Kicks. There's a rumored to have white black pair, an all white pair, the Royal pair, and of course the Chicago's, all dressed in the Dior 1 colorway that we saw infamously last year, going for racks on racks. What was it? Two bands for the highs and one band for the lows, or something like that. Something along those
15,
effects.
15 for the
Um,
lows, yeah.
yeah, man. Do you think this is going to dilute, or is this going to bring down the value of the originals? Do you think so?
No, I don't think so. Honestly, I think those will be like it's stupid to say this, but like the original originals, right? So those will be the first ones that Dior did. So at the end of the day, those will be the first ones. So that'll always make them a little bit more important, especially if you have them DS or in good condition, stuff like that. But um, the Chicago colorway is so renowned in the sneaker game that it's gonna be right up there with it, right behind it. I don't see any of these other ones. We've seen mock-ups of this white and black one. They did mention that there's going to be one of them's probably going to be a women's only pair. I don't know if that sizing means that it'll go up or not, but my guess would be it's either the white and black or the white all white pair. Regardless, they're all hard. They all look cool. They all have the Dior check on them, which looks super fire. The translucent looking soles on them look interesting. If you're just looking real fast at it, it gives you like the Spider-Man Jordan 1.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It gives you that same look if you're just looking at it real quick, I guess you'd say. But yeah, I think it's an interesting thing. And I don't think it tears down the value of the first one too bad. No, not at all. I think it's going to keep going up, especially if they keep doing ones.
Mm.
That's going to keep going up for sure,
I
in my
mean,
opinion.
I'd love to see what else they can do with um, different silhouettes. I think that'd
Yeah.
be cool too. Um,
Yeah.
but as for these rumored four right now, yeah, of course the Chicago's are just gonna get that type of Chicago love anytime there's an Air Jordan 1, whatever in the Chicago colorway, it typically sells out. So, it doesn't matter if it's a Air Jordan 1 KO, Air Jordan 1 low retro, a new
Or
retro
a
low, all the way from one to, I mean, most people stop at 13, but anywhere on the retro line, if it's at Chicago, then most people are going to get it. So I will see those selling out as well. If the Royals are to come out as they rumor them to be, I think the Royals would also be just as hard. I think the blue is now a new color from like Storm Blue, Royal Toes. All of those are really doing great nowadays, resale wise. So I don't see why, a blue Air Jordan 1 with even the Dior print all over it wouldn't do well. The all white ones, those ones are going to be the hardest because like you said, if the black ones, the black and white ones are rumored to be women's, I think those would be the next ones up, and then the all white ones, because the all white ones kind of resemble those gray ones that dropped last year, and I think the gray ones look better. So yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
All right, and we can
but yeah. Also, another Air Jordan 1 update. Seen on the feet of Luigi Villasenor, aka Mr. Rude, aka Kyle Kuzma, daddy, you know what I'm saying? That guy. Hey, no, come on, dog. Kyle Kuzma was rocking a lot of Rude last year, dog. He was killing it. I mean, when you're signed to Puma and they're doing that, you kind of like, like, all right, I'm gonna drip out in all the Rude that I can wear. Anyway, he was rocking the
NBA,
Travis Scott. He was rocking
NBA league.
Travis Scott 1 highs in Chicago, in the Chicago colorway, excuse me. So if these are to drop, where do you rank these amongst the original, the fragments that are due to drop, and then these? Where would you see these?
That's a lot you doing with Kuzma.
I'm sorry. Hey, look, no disrespect. Kuzma, you know what? You a ball player. You're a ball player, dog. Come out with all the Rude drip that you want to come out with. And I know Puma's paying that tag, so it's all good.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So if I had to rank these, I think it's a cool collab. Shout out to my guy for getting to rock those. That's really dope. I still do think, and I can honestly say this, I think that the first ones are still my favorite overall, just because of the brown. I think that was at the time of him doing the brown, it was still a rare thing. It became super popular with the mocha and everything came back, and then Mocha Brown, the Mocha ones and everything happened. So he did brown before it was like really popping again, I think, and so I think that's why those will stay at 1 for me. Two are really close though. Like it's a really tight race between 2 and 3, and I think it's just because of the oversaturation of the Chicago is why I'm gonna put the Fragment at 2, because we do see that colorway often. But I get why people love it, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's people's, everybody has a bread shoe that they're if you're a sneaker collector, I think most people, a Jordan collector at least, you have a bread shoe of your favorite model that's your go-to. And I think for a lot of people, that's the Jordan 1 Chicago, right? For me, that's the Jordan 4 bread. So that's my Chicago as far as like my go-to black and red shoe that I need on all occasion. So for me, Chicago, I love the Chicago 1. It's a great shoe. I don't own it, and it's not like it's not something that I'm dying over every time I see it.
I know I'm dying over that. I'd much rather a OG Air Jordan 1 Chicago versus a Dior Chicago versus a Travis Scott 1 Chicago. I'm sure anybody would say almost the same. If you just want to keep it as basic as possible. When it comes to the Travis Scott ones, I'm going to put the Chicago 1 second, Fragment last, and then the originals being the best. I think what Travis did with the color brown has just been revolutionary. He's just brought brown to a whole different playing field. Not any different than what, Kanye's done with top sand, earth, whatever he calls it. You know what I'm saying? Like all the different names that he has, Oxford tan, Ford brown. But Travis Scott, he really put like that mocha tints on all of his shoes. He put that mocha tint on the map. So I have to give credit where credit's due, and that's gonna be the number 1 spot for me. Followed by again Chicago and then the Fragment. Keep it locked on the Creased podcast for updates on any of these future rumored Air Jordan 1s, as well as any of the NBA player kicks updates. Let's get into order confirmed. Let's see what we missed. What we missed this week, Trey?
All right, dog. So the first thing we missed last week on the 22nd, $130 each. We got a 4-pack already out on Adidas.com. This is going to be a collaboration with the National Park Foundation. So as you know, as it says it is in the title, this is an Adidas ZX collab. So there's 4 different ones. The Crater Lake ZX 10,000, Yellowstone ZX 8,000. We can kind of go down these one by one, but the Glacier ZX 10,000 is going to be all blue, or it's going to be all gray. It's the 9,000 all gray with the mint outsole. That one's super fire. Then we get the Joshua Tree 5,000. That's going to be purple and orange. I think that's probably the go-to. All of these have the stamp of the park on the tongue, which I think is a really cool feature for those. We got 2 other ones. Let's see here. The Yellowstone ZX 8,000 is probably going to be everybody's go-to on this one. It's the most colors on it. It's definitely it's not something I'm trying to rock, but I'll let you explain that one. And last but not least, the Crater Lake? You were explaining the Crater Lake that my man you got to go to earlier, so that was really dope. This one's also very hard. This one's got like a salmon touch to it with a dark and light blue on the gray base. So I really like the Crater Lake pair as well. As I mentioned, those were each $130. I think they're all for the most part available in most sizes for $130 on the Adidas website. You can still go catch those. I think the Joshua Tree ones might be gone though. Those were pretty hard. What do you think about this pack? It's a pretty cool collab, huh?
Pretty nice collab. Of course, Adidas has been killing it again this year. Between like Simpsons and this, they're really just showing up and showing out. Man, I kind of hard to rank them honestly, but if I have to, and it's only because I went there, okay. But first and foremost, it's going to be the Yellowstones. The Yellowstones are hard with the glacier on the tongue. Coming out like that. Come on, man. That's really fire. I might give it to that. Crater Lake would be second. I love the cool colors on that. Um, then them purple and orange joints, dog. Them Joshua trees are just hard, hard, hard. And then last but not least, those glacier whatever things. The glacier, they're so generic, dog. They're so generic. I don't understand what you see in them, but all in all, I think the whole collaboration is dope. Uh, did we mention this already? But the shoes are all dressed in the Cordura fabrics. So they're breathable, stretchable, durable, tension between all of them. They all have the torsion outsole as well. So you're gonna get that straight comfort from Adidas, true and true. Um, but I think the whole collaboration was a knock out the park. And congratulations for Adidas. This whole A to ZX thing has been really killing, and they've done great. I commend them for that.
Yeah, the ZX they've been knocking those out the park for sure, left and right. You mentioned the collab with the Simpsons already. That was super popping, and that felt like it was like on the last episode. So those have been super dope. They all have the cup insole like you were mentioning with the torsion. It's just such a good ride on these shoes. My personal is way different than your personal list for these, as we already talked about. But the Glacier are going to lead my top four off, followed by the Crater Lake second, Joshua Tree third, and them clown shoes at number four are pretty not like those at all. But I mean, if you're a Yellowstone, then that's all you, man. I hope y'all rock those real hard. But yeah, I don't really.
Trey disrespectful, y'all. Trey disrespectful. He ain't never even been to Yellowstone, and like he wouldn't know like what's popping out there. So
if Yellowstone looked like this shoe, then I'm not trying to go. But we can go on to the next topic, and that's the Asics. They coming out with a pack of Gelite 3. They came out with a pack of Gelite 3s. There's two of them. This is kind of for an Olympic release colorway. These already dropped overseas, as I mentioned, on the 21st for $110. It's a 2-pack, like I mentioned, a gold pair with black detailing. The laces are all black, as well as the logos and stuff like that. Second pair is an all silver pair with white detailing and a gum sole, which is Flossin. But a pretty cool pack. Can't go wrong with the like we talked about ASICs earlier. We were talking about the difference between 3s and 5s earlier, but I mean, hard to beat, man. These are nice. It's a very simple colorway, even though it's really bright with the silver and gold, but follows right down the Olympic path that ASICS has been down before.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool little thing that they did for this. I don't know. When I think ASICS Gelite 3s and Olympics, I always just ponder back to the Kith release. I think that was probably one of the hardest ones that they ever did. This one is not really right up there with that. I'm surprised you like these gold and black ones, considering that they're gold and black.
It's crazy. Yeah, like they caught my eye. Do I have them with me? I think they might actually be right here. They are right here. I got this already though. So and that's a 5, right? So the 3 has the split tongue, but yeah, this is all I need right now, to be completely honest with you, my champagne pair. But it's a cool shoe. I'd wear into Saints games and stuff like that, but it's not something I'd dine over. The silver pair, uncharacteristically for me, that silver pair is really, really hard. I really like that pair. The gum sole sets it off, but like just overall, I think they did good with the detailing on that one. It's a real sleek shoe. I like to give them on that one, but we can't expect a U.S. launch for that one coming up. But other than that,
I'll be missing those. I'll be missing those. What I'm not gonna miss are these New Balances. These New Balances just dropped last week. It's the 550 multicolored. Just a nice splash of color all the way around on these. Very reminiscent of those of the Ama Leon Dior. Look, man.
You did it.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, these are still hard, bro. And they're still sitting for $110. If you want the shoe, it's there. You're not gonna get the collab whole thing with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you want the shoe, if you want the look, it's out there. And I think these are probably going to be the best that you're going to get at that.
So this shoe isn't bad. I'm happy they're bringing this model back. There's only one size you're supposed to buy this particular pair in though, and that's in toddler size.
Mm.
This pair in particular. These are made for your children. They look really good, probably on your children and stuff. But you don't need to be rocking these as an adult with all the colors on the all white base. It looks
Hey,
ridiculous.
the shade, yo, the
It's.
shade.
I'm just telling. I'm just telling you. I see you out on the street, and I'm like, why is he doing that? But
Overcast,
they're
bro.
all right.
Overcast.
Just hey,
But
why are
no,
you
like the white pair with the forest green on it that came out, and the black ones, like those were real deal. These are childish. I'm not with this at all. Yeah, New Balance. Like you can keep coming with 550. Just don't do this, man. This looks like this is wild, bro.
That's
You
been
buying
tracked.
these?
That's been order confirmed, y'all. The
You're not
shade,
buying
Dre.
these.
Why? Why? These shoes are
Not buying,
awesome, dog.
not buying those though.
I'm buying them. I'm buying them. Look, you know me. If I go 14 days without one pair, I'm gonna pull the trigger on these if they're still available. All right.
Clown.
Moving on. We're going straight into tracking order. Everything to expect for the remainder of this week. Coming off a very uh, controversial talk.
For sure.
Nike, and it looks like Nike and USPS have come to terms on what's called the Postal Ghost Air Force One Low Experimental. This is the one that comes with the did I say vacuum sealed rubber like outerwear?
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
has the USPS prints all on the outside, and they have the label on the heel. Really dope. Of course, they also came out with the UPS ones a couple weeks ago. But I think these ones are the hot ticket right now. Expected to release on the 28th for $130. This is not your typical all white Air Force One. Of course, they do have those remnants of a package. I think this is a call for all resellers to get these because, as you know, most of them use USPS to send their stuff out. So, um, I think this shoe's dope. Honestly, I think this is really cool. I haven't liked any of the other experimentals that they've dropped, uh,
Right.
especially not those bubblegum joints. But I think these ones are much more calm. These ones actually hit the note very well. And putting it on something experimental as this with the USPS tags on there, I think it was a complete package. It was cool.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good pun there at the end. That was a good finish on that one.
Oh, damn, I didn't even notice.
Just
Okay, yeah.
yeah, no, I don't. This is all. It kind of looks in pictures. It looks like it's like made of wax. I don't really like that look on it. The whole like bubble wrap situation. I'm not a big fan of. I hope the next deal Nike makes is with Kobe Bryant Foundation and getting Mamba back with Nike. But it was crazy that they had a whole, big debate over this with USPS, and they really went after him. And then I think Nike really tried to say that they were really just going to drop this shoe without even asking USPS and just like putting their logo on it. So I think that's pretty wild that they just be coming out there with that power and just dropping the hammer like that sometimes. But
I mean,
clearly they cut a nice fat check. I'm sure USPS is making a nice little percentage off each one of those pairs now. But you know what I'm saying, on the 28th for $130, these have been gaining tons of exposure. The postal ghost coming back from the dead that we didn't going to see it, but here it is. So on the
from the
28th,
legal dead, from the legal dead. Those things were
from the
gone, just like those little Nas X joints. Some things were out the door. No, yeah, no, halt all
the
of
dead,
that.
the dead from the courthouse. Yeah, we'll never see them, but here they are.
Yeah,
Also on the 28th, it's going to be a big day that Saturday. DTLR is going to be dropping a collab with New Balance on the 992. This is going to be the DC model, honor of Washington, D.C., but it's going to also stand for Discover and Celebrate. This is a super silky shoe. We got a gray suede upper for the most part on the shoe. We also get black panels and like an orange reddish tint throughout, like where the laces are and everything, including the outsole and the heel. But for the most part, it has a great base throughout the middle of the shoe. It looks fantastic. Black inner lining for your black socks that you get to wear, your black crew socks. So that's fantastic. But you also get the Washington, D.C. flag on the heel, which is a really cool little emblem. That's really the only branding other than the New Balance branding throughout it. It's super dope shoe, though. Really like this one. Like I says, the DTLR New Balance 992. What do you think about this one?
Hard, very hard. Great collab, great execution. DTLR Villa, another one of those one of those sneaker stores that they just deserve good recognition, and I think this is one of the best ways to do it. Don't mess with Washington D.C. because they beat the Astros in the World Series, so I'm still not going there. But I think the shoe is still fire, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I would love to go check out. I've never been, so I'd love to go check out the monuments, pick up my New Balance 992 DTLRs. That would be a nice little trip out there to the DMV area. I would like to go. I would like to do that very much. But
I'm still scoring. I'm still scoring from Washington D.C.
for real, dang, that's tough.
That
That's
one hurt.
tough.
That one
But
hurt.
our last, I know you like these though. I really know you like these. So on the last but not least for today, on episode 51 of the Creased podcast, Yeezy, the foam runner. Here we man, the foam runner's back again. We got two colorways. The mineral blue drop all the bombs, all clues bombs are dropped right now. And then also the sand colorway, which is also going to be drop a bomb or two for that one. That one's going to be super duper hard. As we talked about, I'll take any smidgen of either of these and like a size close to mine if I can't get mine. But we got to figure this out this time, bro. I've missed too many pairs. I assume you're on the same page, correct?
Absolutely. Those mineral blues are something to be messed with. Absolutely. I think it's going to be, again, very revolutionary. The shoe is very revolutionary. Okay. I think the foam runner altogether is just great. I can see this color moving into the fall season as well. But with the right pair of shorts and the right tank top, these are going straight in the pool. You can't tell me any different. I just think these joints is hard. They're really nice. As for the sand colorway, I think the sand colorway is great too. Very neutral color. Great year round. Can see it getting dirty pretty quick. But again, I still need one pair of foam runners. I just need one pair.
Need them ASAP.
Yeah.
Like I'm behind. I'm super late.
Kicksmas. Just speaking of
Kicksmas. I feel you already. I feel you. It's not even halfway to Christmas, and I feel you. But those are coming out on Saturday 9th. Those last two shoes on the 28th. That's going to be Friday for the Air Force Ones in the New Balance collab. But the foam runners are on the 29th for $80 each on Saturday. Best of luck. If you have some extra size 12s, y'all already know, hit up for gifts and donations. We'll pay for them. So you just hit us up. We just need to know. Also, one other we got to talk about real quick. On the 31st for $230 is going to be the Alien Blue 380. Another wild 380 with it's kind of a lighter colorway with the blue sole on it. Interesting shoe. I think this is going to be undoubtedly covered up by these foam runners.
Oh yeah, now this is the consolation prize for sure. These will be sitting on the shelf.
Yeah,
but surprisingly enough, man, these are probably the best 380s I've seen.
Ooh,
these are probably the best 380s.
Yeah, it's not a terrible colorway. It's a crispy colorway. Especially it's the right time of the year to drop this colorway. So, I mean, they did that right for sure. I do give them some points for that, but the 380 is still a wild shoe for me. And yeah, like you said, it's a good consolation prize. And I mean, it is what it is. If you didn't come up on your Floyoras this week, I guess you can come up on some Alien Blues next week, huh?
I mean, yeah, cop the bricks while you can because they're only going up from here. Stack a house with all those bricks. So that wraps up episode 51 of the Creased podcast. You made it to this portion of the video. We love you. We appreciate you. We could not do this without you. If you haven't already, go like, subscribe, share, comment, do everything you do on social media. Put this in the face of new people. We want to be out there in the open with everybody. Details on the shirts dropping soon. As you can see, the Creased podcast tees, they have arrived. We will be placing instructions on how to order yours, as well as other future giveaways as well. Trey, you got anything else for the people?
No, just like he said, make sure you're tuned into the IG because we are going to drop that information really soon on how you get the t-shirts and everything. If you want to support the Creased podcast, we really appreciate everybody tuning in. And we're trying to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. That's the first goal, to get to 100 million, is get to that first 100. So we got to get to that first 100 first. We're almost there. So y'all make sure to hit that subscribe, please. And other than that, man, we appreciate y'all coming back. We're going to see y'all for episode 52. I'm already hyped for episode 52. This was a good one. Huh?
It's already popping. It hasn't even dropped yet.
Already popping, bro. Summer 21.
Oh man, that's all popping this year. All right. And just like always, ain't no half stepping around here. So we will catch y'all for episode 5 deuce. Till then, peace.
Peace.